I'm Pastor George Borkart, and this is another Higher Things video short. Mark 16, again, baptism and its necessity. That's the subject of today's Higher Things video short. Hey, if you love our videos, if you're learning about your Christian faith from places you never expected to learn about your faith from, Missouri Synod Lutheran pastor who's lost his voice and his Jack Russell Terrier who thinks there's somebody outside his door, go ahead and like and subscribe these videos today. Hit the bell. The bell means you get all our videos as they come in. You can also go to support.higherthings.org and give today. Your tax-deductible gift keeps Higher Things, a youth organization all about passing the faith to the next generation, keeps us a-rolling. Mark 16, 15, and 16. And he said to them, as you're going, poriunthantes, it's a participle, not an imperative. As you're going into the cosmos, into the world, preach the gospel to all of the whole creation. Whoever believes and is baptized shall be saved. Whoever does not believe, or whoever is unbelieving, kata krino, that's the final judgment, shall be damned. Krino is judgment. Kata krino is like the end judgment. I'm going to just use damned as the verb there. Okay, so the question arose from a listener. Pastor Borkart, you say that baptism is necessary for salvation, but when I researched Lutherans and the Missouri Synod, they said that baptism is not absolutely necessary, so what gives? Well, first of all, the text. And the reason why this is a good text to show up twice on Out of Context Tuesday is because it is a text riddled with problems, because we don't want the text to say what it actually says. Imagine that. Hey, buddy, come here. Come on over here. Oh, look at this boy. What good boy. Don't kill the people at the door. So first of all, if we like to, our friends in the evangelicals like to take this verse and break it down and take it literally when it comes to word order. Whoever's believing and is baptized shall be saved. And they say, ah, ha, ha. You see? Whoever does not believe stands condemned. First they say, whoever believes and is baptized, that means belief comes first, then baptism. No, I think it's more of just that we have both of them and then we're saved. Not a word order. It's not whoever believes and then is baptized. It's simply a kai, whoever believes and is baptized. I missed. But the other problem comes with the necessity of baptism, because we don't want the words to say what they say, or we have problems explaining them. So the word says, whoever believes and is baptized shall be saved. One other thing before we go back to the believer's baptism thing. It's not only that faith and baptism aren't, that word order isn't a then. I would also go to Matthew 28, where the command is to baptize first and then teach. So if you take the word order literally here, and then we have a problem there. So I would just say, where faith, there baptism. Where baptism, there faith. Where teaching, there baptizing. And if there's not going to be a teaching, there doesn't need to be a baptizing. Done. Now, the problem. The issue is that the and there is really important. And Jesus does the same thing in John 3:3, who is born of water and the Spirit. That's faith and baptism, or word and water. That's baptism. So here, baptism is sort of connected to believing. Where one, there the other. And that sort of creates a situation where, like, the answer to the question of is baptism necessary for salvation is, well, Jesus says so. And where we would get the not absolutely necessary is the rest of the verse. Whoever does not believe stands condemned. It does not say whoever does not is baptized. Faith or unbelief damns. Pistesos. That's an alpha privative verb there, which is like an un in Greek or a non. Whoever is non-believing stands condemned, or whoever's unbelieving stands condemned or is damned. I like kata krino. But my issue here is not to pull apart faith and baptism. I would just simply say, where there's faith, there should be a baptism. And so what I normally argue against the necessity or with the necessity of the baptism is not, I don't like absolutely necessary, because again, that's sort of, we do the lowest common denominator in American religion. If we hear, okay, well, baptism is necessary, but not absolutely necessary, all we hear is, well, I don't have to be baptized. That's not what he says. Baptism is clearly important. Whoever believes and is baptized shall be saved. On the flip side, unbelief is what damns, not a lack of baptism. But I would say where there's an opportunity for baptism and baptism is despised, I would sort of scratch my head and wonder why. Why, if all the benefits of baptism that gives forgiveness of sins, rescues from death and the devil, and gives eternal salvation to all who believe this, as the words and promises of God declare, why wouldn't you be baptized? Why would you wait a long time to have your child baptized? And so I think that maybe the best way of going about this is to say, look, baptism is super necessary for salvation. The Lord puts it as necessary, but a lack of opportunity for baptism doesn't damn. So if you lack the opportunity, you're on the way to the baptism. The parents believe in that Jesus died and rose again for them. They've prayed the Lord's Prayer throughout the child's being in the incubator, in the womb. They've raised the kid in the faith since the baby was born. They've prayed all of that, the things which happen for babies in the faith, and the baby is sort of hit by a bus before he has an opportunity, or she has an opportunity to be baptized. God's not going to damn them. Thief on the cross would be another example of this. If you believe the thief on the cross wasn't baptized, there might be an argument that the thief on the cross was baptized when everyone from the surrounding areas were going out to John to be baptized. But that's not an article of faith in which I would die on. I would just simply say, on that. So here I would just simply say unbelief is what damns, not lack of opportunity for baptism. I would wonder about despising the gift. So not going to disagree with the LCMS website, even though I don't really care about I don't care for that sort of language. It's sort of cute. It's necessary, but not absolutely necessary. It seems to be necessary, but not in the sense that lack of it damns. It's unbelief that damns. And by the way, what would you call a refusal to baptize a baby other than unbelief? Just a thought. What about the babies in the other churches that are not baptized? Well, we would rely on faith to save them. That the word that they're not going to be sort of held accountable for the stupidity of their parents or the unbelief of their parents. I'm making a joke there on stupidity, but the sort of misbelief of their parents. And so again, very good question, very tough question, but is baptism necessary for salvation? It does seem to be super duper important to God with John 3, 1 Peter 3, Mark 16. It's unbelief, though, that damns, not a lack of opportunity for baptism. And if you want to say that is baptism's necessary but not absolutely necessary, have fun with it. But as long as you're not going to do the lowest common denominator religion, which is, that means I don't need to be baptized. Because that is just, I don't know why, if you have a gift, why you wouldn't rejoice in the gift. You know, this pill's going to make me live longer or live forever. Why wouldn't you take it? Well, you wouldn't take it because you wouldn't believe in the benefits of it. Unbelief. Just a thought. But good question, and thanks for watching. I'm Pastor Borkart on this Out of Context Tuesday, looking at Mark 16 again. And this has been another Higher Things.